just unbelievable. If I pick up, look up on my iPad the news of the day, or I hear some news story, there's always a shooting. I mean, Greg, I just don't get it. I don't get it. What's happening? In fact, a good friend of mine, Linda Webster, her car was shot up. I mean, kids just going down the street. I mean, they think they're playing army or something, like, we might cowboys and Indians when we were kids. What's going on?
It's just the climate, and I think that the video age has contributed greatly to that, plus just tons of other things, breakdown of the family, poor education, many things.
I mean, I don't get.
Okay, just a few more boxes and then we are through.
Good, because I am beat.
No wonder you weren't home all weekend.
Sure I was.
No, you weren't. I tried calling you, you didn't answer. I left you a voicemail.
That's weird because, I don't know, my phone must be acting up or something because I didn't get anything. I was home most of the time.
Yeah, except for Sunday mornings. We all know where you're at on Sunday mornings.
Yes, everyone knows. I was with my grandma at church. I don't understand what's the big deal that I'm at church. Why? They gotta keep hearing about it.
Too bad you have to be there every Sunday morning because you missed an awesome party Saturday night.
I did? Yeah. Oh, well, there'll be many more parties, so
Not for you, now that you find religion.
Oh.
You don't think so? I mean, he used to be so much fun.
That was the old Marcus. This is the new Marcus.
Well, you two keep on talking and babbling about church and everything like that, and I have to go introduce the band. So.
Remember when paying attention to detail was important to building things that last? At Omega Home Improvements, we believe that your siding deserves that same attention to detail so it too is built to last. We specialize in a foam back insulated panel that features 5 times the energy efficiency and is 4.5 feet longer than other panels used on homes today. We're Omega Home Improvements, doing it right from beginning to end.
At S&T Bank, we've got a new account for people with busy lives. It's called the Preferred Account, and it's full of everything you need and none of what you don't, like free anywhere ATM transactions. So you never have to make a special stop to save a fee. The Preferred Account in S&T Bank. It's your life. We just made it a little easier.
Well, I had to come because I had, just 6 months ago, a total hip replacement. So I needed to come for physical therapy. I took advantage of many of the things that I never thought I would have used to help me recover from my hip replacement. And every single thing I did, each time I came, I noticed great improvements and things that you would think, how would that help you? It was amazing.
Senior Care Plaza is a family-owned, long-term care residence that provides a nurturing home and a high-quality care program. If your loved one can no longer care for themselves, it's time to think about Senior Care Plaza. We call it care. You'll call it home. If you've been looking for a high-quality, top-rated personal care home with your specific needs in mind, Senior Care Plaza in McKeesport, Pennsylvania may be for you. Senior Care Plaza.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are so happy that you decided to come here. So while you're eating your cheesecake and chocolate cake, please enjoy Marielle Thomas and the band.
I'm learning to love you one day at a time. I'm trying to trust you to lay it all on the line, but you to see till I lost track of all that's separate from me. Would you see through me? See through my lies. Let your love uncover me. isn't love at all. With my sights on the big things, I lose track of the small, but it's in the small things that your kingdom is made. If I ignore your calling, is it you or me I've betrayed? Would you see through me? See through my lies. Let your love uncover me till I see through your eyes. Till I see through your eyes. Let my life go where you send, no matter where you take it. Lord, if my heart won't bend, I'm asking you to break it. Take all my pride, take my life, Lord, take my desire. Take my life, take all my hurt. Take my life, Lord, take all my heart. Take my life, won't you see through me?
Take my life, Lord, take all my shame.
See through my life.
Take my life.
Let your love uncover me.
Take my life, Lord, take it.
Till I see through your eyes.
Take my life.
Would you see through me?
Take my life, Lord.
See through my
Take my
lies.
life.
Let your love uncover me.
Take my life, Lord.
Till I see through your eyes. Till I see through your eyes. Till I see through your eyes.
Brings a little bit of peace in the storm, because I get concerned. I'm running the coffee shop here. I've got people running in and out. I got a street along here, and
Yes.
these kids, and that's what it is. I mean, these aren't like, are they real gangs here in Pittsburgh? Are they fake gangs? Are they just groups of kids?
Well, the gang thing I think was overly hyped, but let's put it like this: the damage done is the same. So whether they're wannabe gangs or not, the damage is the same. But I just think that young people today are lacking in direction. A big part of it is the breakdown of the family structure, which I think is huge. The role of the church is not as great to today's youth as it one time was, in my time. And so I think many variables contribute to what's happening right now. If you look at the educational system, most of these individuals were poor students and school dropouts, things of that nature. So many factors contribute to what's happening right now.
It almost seems at times like it's hopeless, but I mean, you don't have to do this, but you work with a lot of these young guys.
Oh yeah. And like I tell people, do I see great change? Do I see large numbers of success stories? No, but we keep trying. We keep at it. There's a commitment over 25 years of doing the same thing, trying to reach into the heart of the community, touch lives, change young men's thought process, and we'll continue to do that. We have to just try to change one at a time, if possible. If you're looking for sweeping change or great change, we probably won't get that because there are too many odds against us at this point. But we continue to work with these young men in group settings, individual settings. We're doing some things right now in the Homewood community that we're real proud of, and we think it's going to make a difference.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, we have what's called the Brother to Brother ministry, and it's designed to impact black youth and black men in general, not just the youth, but even the older. And we twice a month, we call them together, we meet, and we deal with issues relative to the black experience of being a man. We deal with male leadership, becoming the good fathers, all that kind of stuff.
I got to stop you. Okay, what's the difference? I mean, you and I are friends. We've been friends for a long time.
Sure.
Okay, so I can just be open and honest with you.
we always
What's the
have to.
difference? What's the difference between black experience and a white experience? Help me out here.
It's a loaded question. Loaded question. But again, the black experience, Tim, we have to face the fact that there's an element of racism in this country, and
I mean, I know. To be honest, I was surprised that we were healthy enough to elect a black president.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't think. I mean, set the politics aside.
Yes.
Maybe I was negative, but I didn't think that America was healthy enough to say. Right. Okay, we'll accept a black leader, and we did, and that was a great joy to me.
Sure.
I mean, politics. I got problems with this politics, but I mean that we were at that level. That's cool.
That's
but
a stride.
I know what you're saying.
That's a stride. But there's so many other factors. If you take any black community across America, you're going to find the same dynamics. You're going to find problems with housing. You're going to find high infant mortality rates. You're going to find inferior education. You're going to find economic circumstances that's different. So when we talk about the black experience, we're talking about that. And all of these things create an element of crime. You can go back to the 1920s and look at the Al Capones and look at the factors that created criminal activity. It's the same principle.
Yeah. It's an impoverished lifestyle.
That's a part of it.
Because I mean, when you're talking about Al Capone from that era, I mean, there was a lot of fatherlessness because young men were, being forced to work. They were out of the home all the time because of the Depression era and things like that, Depression era.
Well, if you look at it now, if you look at the rate of incarceration for blacks, blacks make up maybe 20 to 29 to 30 million in America, the population, but probably constitute over 50% of those involved in the criminal justice system.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Tim, Mr. Greene, is there
Yes.
anything I can get you?
No, fine, thank
Do you
you.
need another orange?
Nope, I'm in good shape,
You
thank
sure?
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, appreciate that. Everything
Yes.
going okay back there?
Good. Everything's good.
Okay, good.
What the heck are you doing? That's such a mess over here.
It is not a mess. I am researching. I am looking for a recipe for my Cooking with Chef Marcus Easter special addition to my show. And it's not just any recipe. It must be the best recipe ever.
I know the most perfect Easter recipe ever.
People don't drink hot chocolate on Easter.
I'm not talking about my hot chocolate. My family's Greek. We bake Easter bread.
You bake Easter bread.
Yep.
Isn't that like complicated?
Yeah, I make it every year. It's like a family holiday tradition.
So let me get this straight. You've been making fun of me about going to church, but you and your family bake Easter bread.
What does church have to do with it all? I mean, I just like all the traditions. Baking bread, coloring eggs, eating the little chocolate bunnies. You could have me on your show. Oh, my God.
I have to find a recipe for Easter bread.
What the heck are you doing?
I am looking for a recipe for my Cooking with Chef Mocha's special addition to my Easter show.
Oh, you know what? I make a killer brown sugar honey glazed ham, man. We can make it on your show.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's great.
A honey glazed ham.
Yeah, brown sugar honey glazed ham.
Whatever, dude. Whatever.
His place.
Do you know that your morning cup of coffee can help clothe, feed, rescue, and care for the poorest of the poor? I know it may seem hard to believe, but it can happen. His Place and Kiva Han Coffee have joined forces to bring a special blend of coffee that will change the world. Hope Coffee is a direct trade coffee, which means that the families of the people who work hard on the coffee farms receive the funds directly from their harvest. In addition, the profits from Hope Coffee go to help rescue children in impoverished countries and bring the message of God's love to people all around the world. For a limited time, for your gift of $37, we'll send you as our thank you a His Place mug and a 12-ounce bag of Hope Coffee. Together, we're changing the world one life at a time through one cup of coffee at a time. Send your gift today.
His place.
My dream is to be a lawyer.
My dream is to be a veterinarian.
I want to be a chef because I love food.
My dream is to be a doctor.
A teacher.
My dream is to be
a ballerina.
A fireman.
And An emergency room physician.
Football player. Science teacher.
My dream is to become a mechanical engineer.
Professional skateboarder.
My dream is to
Be a nurse.
a shoe designer.
The President of the United States of America.
I have big dreams.
But right now,
I'm just a kid. I'm just a kid. Hey, I'm just a kid.
I'm the kid. Just a kid. I'm just a kid.
I'm just a kid ready to be adopted.
Ready to be adopted.
I'm just a kid ready to be adopted. For the facts about adopting a child from foster care, contact the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption.
Marcus.
Wait!
Marcus, I just...
You probably have a special recipe for my Cooking with Chef Marcus Easter show special. And I bet you have some family traditions too about like coloring Easter eggs and hiding Easter egg baskets.
I have recipes. I have family traditions.
Great.
I can share them with you later.
Okay.
I don't mind at all. But right now I need you in the office. Office computer, the credit card processor is going crazy again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's been
Yeah.
acting up ever since we got it upgraded. It's been acting real wonky. All right, I'm going to go check that out
Would
in there.
you?
Just give me a few minutes. Don't have anybody run any credit cards, okay?
All right, I will.
All right,
Thanks.
I'm going to check that out.
Thanks,
Let's see where that is.
Brother thinks something that you started?
Yes, and actually, it's designed to reach men. And twice a month we meet at the church, and we normally average between 15 to 20 men that actually come out. We have some young men who are involved in the criminal justice system, and we're really trying to stress some positive things in terms of what it really means to be a man and to be responsible. So we focus on things like, leadership, becoming a father, being a husband, treating women with respect. So in the men that I get to help me, I'm very committed to positive lifestyle. So I don't use anybody who I feel is not an example of everything that we're trying to advocate.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a challenge because if these guys, like, when I go to foreign countries,
Yes.
I have to understand, I have to find a way to communicate to the folks that I can pick up this glass, and if I say cup in English, they could be looking at it and saying, is it black? Is it coffee?
Right,
Is it
right,
whatever?
right,
and
right.
when you're talking to these young men, I mean, they live in kind of a different culture.
Exactly.
And speaking a language that they understand.
Well, it's very challenging because being black myself and coming up in the same area and subjected to many of the same things, you would think that, it's very easy for me to relate to them, or them to relate to me. But oftentimes, no, they look at me sometimes as the enemy because I'm in law enforcement, so they look at me as a sellout.
How can you do that? How do you
exactly. So sometimes it's a real struggle, but we fight through it. But I'm just committed to it, committed to humanity, and just believing that God is going to always open the door and make the way for us to be effective.
Well, I mean, you've done this in some of the roughest parts of town. You've
Right.
done this in the Hill District for years. You were
Correct.
up there doing this faithfully. In Braddock,
Yes, that's
for
right.
years doing this faithfully. Now you're in Homewood.
Homewood.
Yeah, doing this faithfully. And I mean, it's got to be hard because you've got to change a mindset.
It's very difficult, but I just believe that if the Lord were here physically, He'd be in those same areas. So I've never run from those areas. In fact, I run to those areas because I really want to be where the need is, and right in the heart of Homewood, particularly with the youth. That's where the need is, and I feel that God has sent us there, and we're planning something big for the summer for Homewood.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, we're planning something big. We want to have a big conference right in Homewood and pull men together, and then focus on some of the things
That's hard
that we're
because
doing.
that's
Everybody loves homemade Easter bread. It tastes so good and it makes the house smell wonderful. I'm going to show all the viewers from Marcus's show how to make it.
That's impossible. Marcus is having me on the show. We're going to make honey glazed ham. Anybody can make Easter bread. I've done it all the time.
Cannot.
Can too. Besides, the viewers love seeing me. I'm a natural.
They love me more because I'm cute.
I'm cuter.
I'm not.
Am too.
Well, he asked me to be on the show first.
Did not.
Did too.
I didn't ask either of you to be on my show.
Told you so.
Did not.
And doesn't it occur and call to you that my viewers might want to see me?
Do not.
Wait, what?
Marcus, since Sam and Joe both make bread, why don't we just do a bread bake-off?
I've got it! why don't we just do a bread bake-off for my new Easter special? This will be awesome!
Great.
Got it. Smash. You're getting smashed.
I think I'm gonna win.
Bottom line, once again, I mean, you're one of my heroes. You're one of my best friends in this whole world. You do all this stuff, but Greg, I mean, you're busy with your job. You're dealing with law enforcement all day. You got 2 daughters. You got a lovely bride, to take care of. You got all these things going on. Why do you do this?
Because I'm called to do it. This is a part of my reason for being.
But you're a preacher. I mean, you got a church you got to take care of.
Yeah, but that's a part of the calling. You know what I mean? To reach into the heart of the community. And if I don't do that, then what's the point? This is what we preach about. This is what we promote. This is the gospel, taking the gospel and the message of change into the dark areas, and that's the mission.
How can I pray for you? I mean, Greg. I mean, in all reality, I mean, these shootings. I mean, every major city across America has shootings going on. There are the church, for the most part, and I don't mean this to be mean. I just, it seems like the church in many ways has become impotent to do anything about this. But you're out there doing something. You're not afraid, but you know how to shoot a gun. I mean, you know how to defend yourself. You're a black belt in karate. I mean, you know how to do all these things. How do I pray for you?
Just pray that God gives me wisdom and the boldness to accept the challenge to continue doing what we do. So when you pray for me, pray for wisdom. Ask God to give me wisdom and boldness.
Wisdom and boldness.
Wisdom and boldness.
What does your wife think about you doing this? I mean, because she doesn't she worry? I mean, when I went to Iraq, Paige worried. Okay, when I went to Sudan, Paige worried. I mean, she prayed, but she worried.
Well, I think it's always a concern. Even with the kind of work I do, there's a concern, and she's concerned about that. So that's just part, I guess, of being a woman, I would suspect. So naturally, there's always a concern about the work that we do spiritually and naturally.
Now, I know that there are a couple guys in our area, anyhow, that are doing this. Why don't you think more guys, they just don't know what to do, maybe? I mean, once again, I don't want to be critical of any other church or anything. It just, is it maybe we don't know what to do? Or?
I think that's a part of it. And then I think also this work is so challenging that it's not glamorous and it's not easy. And a lot of people in the church, it's a lot of self-aggrandizement, you know what I mean? But you have to have it in your heart to get out here and do this. No bright lights will be shining. Nobody will, be heaping accolades upon you. But you got to do it because you feel committed to doing it.
Well, I know you might not have noticed this, but I'm a white guy. Is there something I can do? Is there something I can do to help you?
I think the prayers and anything when there's some financial initiatives, if let's say our white brothers and sisters could, support that way when we're doing some things that need help financially to go into these areas and to accomplish some of the tasks.
Here are the rules. Now, the bake-off will be this Thursday. Okay, you have to bring your own ingredients. I never use Timmons ingredients, so neither can you. Now, you're going to have to demonstrate to the viewers how to prepare the dough and bake it. Now, I will get some cafe customers to be some of your judges, and you will be judged on how it tastes and the way it looks. Got it?
I got it.
Good.
You are going down.
No, you are going down like dough that doesn't rise.
This is going to be so good. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I know you've been enjoying your coffee and your pastries and all that good stuff, but we have one more song from Marielle and the band.
I'm going to win.
Because of what I've done, it's not because I know any more than anyone, it's not because I've got the numbers to prove, or a diagram to explain the details of you. It's not because I'm afraid And no matter how hard you try, you just can't think your way to love. And I don't believe 'cause someone explained, but because of the ones in my life who were willing to stand and be a part of a bridge to a fate. Because you are good, because you are strong when we are weak, because you are holy, because you provide all our hearts can see, because you hold the answers to questions we never even thought, because you are God and we are not. I can't respond with all the science to explain an infinite God, but somehow